tell me what to say.
The day.
Well, now that we're ready since the day we were born, here's another exciting new episode of Serious Nibbage with B.R.E.
And gourmet pens.
Oh yeah, and today we will be talking about the Pelikan Souverän M600.
Red stripe.
Red stripe, yes. We got this from the pen company.
Yes.
And we would like to extend our thanks to the pen company.
Huge thank you.
Because it's a very nice pen.
It's a very nice pen.
What was your first impressions?
My first, I can't do that. Okay.
Neither can I.
Pelikan packaging, to me, is underwhelming. It was just a cardboard type box that is a little prettied up, so it's kind of shiny-ish. You lift it, and inside is the little leather-ish faux leather pouch, and then it has that little ribbon and seal that holds it shut, and inside is the pen.
But the seal is actually plastic.
The seal is plastic, and it's sitting on a little plastic bed. Now, it does the job, but I find the packaging completely unnecessary. You can't really use it for anything else, so I usually just kind of... So, packaging is a little boring. However, the pen knocked my socks off. So I'm currently wearing socks, but at the time I was not.
Blocking out your eyes.
Yeah, it is a beautiful pen.
Notice this is the red stripe, right? They come in green and they come in
blue.
Black, I guess.
They come in an all black with a green eyedropper window, I think. Ink window.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yes. So this is the red, and I had not seen the red in person before until this arrived. So really, when I saw it, I was like, beep, beep, this is beautiful. I saved you the trouble of having to
That's literally what she said. Literally what she said.
Yeah, literally. So I just thought it was beautiful, and there is a double broad nib on it, and it is, just by looking at it, it's not like, what nib is this? Because you can just see that it's a double broad, because it's just like, whoop, it's a whopper.
Also, it says BB at the bottom.
You see, I have to keep him in line, otherwise he does stuff like this.
I like being kept in line. Anyway, go on then.
So awkward. So, yes, first impressions were extremely positive. After seeing the pen and then holding it and then looking at the nib and then being really excited to ink it up, I didn't even care about the boring packaging. I was just super excited. So first impressions were hugely thumbs up. What about you? What were your first impressions?
I don't really give a damn about the packaging. Some
people care.
I know. I don't. I've never really packaging either for me. Either has to be so extremely pretty that I want to keep it.
Yeah.
Confer Visconti Opera Master, or it's chucked out.
Yeah. We know from your videos where it's like.
I don't care much. I care about the pen, and the pen did strike me as very, very pretty. I too, me too. I've never really seen one of the red striated Pelikans up close, but it is a very, very nice finish, very eye-catching, and I don't know how much justice the camera does it, but it's very nice. So my first impressions were very good. A very nice, decently sized pen, and definitely a nice looker.
Yeah.
And
a beautiful color scheme.
Film and all, so very, very fascinating. Yeah. But what makes it special?
Well, why don't you tell them what makes it special?
Nothing. To the extent that this is not a pen with a spectacular flex nib or.
Well, it's also not a limited edition or special edition. Doesn't have a unusual color like
a filling system
or something like that. Yes.
Yeah, so. No, but it is a Souverän pen, and that means it's in the high range of Pelikan pens. M400, M600, M800, M1000. So this one is sort of at the middle part of the lower spectrum of the Souverän pens.
Middle part of the lower spectrum. Yeah.
Yeah, so you have a spectrum and you have a low end and a high end, and it can be towards the center.
But it can be in the middle too. Yeah, of course.
Or the thing with the where you see.
I fear that Bill Cosby's gonna make an appearance pretty soon.
We have a spectrum, and you see the panel that's on there.
So there is nothing in particular that makes it special, except for the fact that it's just in this series. Yeah.
And what I like about it is that, and I think that does make it special, the M1000 is an oversized pen, the M800 is pretty big. This, I would say, is a normally sized pen.
Yeah, I would think that if you were just looking for an average size pen, this would be an average size pen.
In smaller hands, or in larger hands. It's just a decently sized
Yeah.
pen. Yep.
So that kind of does make it special in a way.
What was your writing experience like?
My writing experience. All right. So it was
Right, that was a
it
rather
was
funny pun.
first inked with. Oh, so clever. Okay, sorry. It was first inked with Pelikan, Edelstein, Garnet because it's a really nice match for the red. And it wasn't flushed, so this is straight out of the box. And oh my God, peeps, let me tell you. I might make you spit your tea there, right?
My brain just shriveled up.
Yeah, I know. My IQ just dropped a little. The nib on this pen is really, really outstanding.
Double broad, 14 karat gold.
In a way, I was kind of expecting it to have a hard start. So I was kind of like, okay, let's go.
Baby's bottoms, broad nibs.
Over polished and all that, right? No. So of course I had just inked it, so it's the nib has ink on it, so I wrote a bit, and then I left it, and then I wrote again, then I left it, and I wrote again. Nothing. There were no hard starts. I have not had skipping. There's no like random skips mid-stroke. It is really nice and smooth, but not over polished because it's not skipping and it's not hard starting.
Which is quite a different experience from the M101N medium nib that we recently
Yeah,
did.
the red tortoiseshell, yeah. And
Which
this is more
nib.
so what I expect.
Yeah.
So I was really, really pleased with it. And not only that, it's a 14 karat nib. 14 karat gold nib, sorry, just in case you were thinking carats everywhere. Okay. You never know. So it is soft and it has a bit of spring to it, which is really nice. With a little bit of pressure, you can get some line variation. It's not a flex nib. But it does make for a nice writing experience because it's not really rigid. And of course, some people like that. Personally, I prefer softer nibs. So it was really pleasant. I had a wonderful writing experience. And as you can see, just as a side note, as you can see, it is a really nice size for my hands. And one of the things I really like and have learned after, can you show them the section? After having used many, many pens, I like sections that are shaped like this with a little indent and then a flare towards the nib. So it's really overall just a very pleasant pen for me. Yeah. And yourself, sir?
Thank you. Yeah, my experience was very good too. Very little skipping, very smooth writing performance, and that's, in all honesty, kind of what I've come to associate with Pelikan. I think, well, not my first, but my first Souverän pen was an M1000. It was only after that I got the M800. Double broad and triple broad, respectively, worked flawlessly. The same goes for this pen. Very nice, very well cut, very well ground in a way that doesn't give you baby's bottoms or whatever. Very nice. And Pelikans, I think, are known a little bit for their springiness. Again, do not expect full flex because it's not even semi-flex, I think, but it does have that nice yield when you write. And
But
like
it's soft, right?
yes,
Yeah.
I like that too. It does add a little bit of expression to your writing, and also I like it. Sorry, I still have a cold. I like it when a nib isn't like a nail, but it yields a little bit when you write. Makes a very soft.
Sorry, I don't mean to butt in, but I'm going to. Just to add a note. Another feature of that, or another nice quality about that soft writing when it yields a little, is that it puts out a little more ink, and so you get a little more shading in your writing, which is part of the expressive writing, right? So not only just the line variation, but in the ink as well. So it's really beautiful.
What do you love and hate about it?
Well, what I love about it, well, I love the section, the shape of the section. I love the size of the pen. I love that it posts not deeply, but deep enough. So you get about that much. And it's very secure. I mean, I could like throw this across the room. I won't. That's his job. But the cap's going to stay on. and it's really well weighted, very good balance.
We sometimes play DOS without pen.
Good thing we only have like triple broad nibs and not like extra fines, right?
No, I'm just kidding.
I love that the nib wrote immediately, like right out of the box, and I didn't have to flush it, which is really cool. That's it. I mean, really, I was very impressed by that. And the nib is very smooth. I'm saying was because I wrote with it. I'm not writing with it right now. Also, the nib units are interchangeable, so you could just unscrew them. So you could buy a whole bunch of nib units and then have one pen, and then have all the nib sizes that you want, which is really cool.
Yeah, that's nice.
Piston filler, so it's a decent ink capacity. But also, since you can unscrew the nib unit, it's easy to clean.
Yeah, it's a big difference.
A lot of people not hate, but don't care for piston fillers because they have to clean it. It's like, oh, so much work. This, you could just pop it open and then clean it out quite easily and quite thoroughly. So, also, it's a beautiful pen. I really, really like the appearance. I think it's a lovely color scheme they have chosen. And,
Anything you hate about it?
well, it's pricey. And that is what I dislike.
Yeah, I guess we may as well cover that right now because you mentioned. What is the price?
220, and I'm mentioning the pen company's price because they sent it to us. £225. That's with VAT. So if you are not in the VAT area, it drops it to I think £167, which is much better, I would say. But it's still an expensive pen.
It's an expensive pen.
Yeah.
Then again, piston filled, solid gold nib.
No, what is your love and hate? Because we will discuss this next.
Yes. Well, I really love the finish. I wish there was an M1000 like this. I don't think there is. The red one.
There might be. Yeah, I think there is.
You think so?
Yeah,
okay.
there is.
Well, I really like it. I like the looks. I like the size relatively well. But for me, this is getting to the point where if it's much smaller, I would find it unpleasant to use.
Well, around the section, his fingers almost touch.
My fingers pretty much cover the whole section. I don't know how well you can see that, but I mean, one of my finger phalanxes actually covers the whole section.
And then around the center of the section, yeah.
So,
and sometimes that's fine, but for you, that might not.
Yeah, and so for me, the M800, one size up, is much more comfortable for extended writing sessions. The M1000 is very big. So for me, the size is at the limit of what is pleasant. Now, that's not necessarily something I hate, because you know that when you buy a smaller pen, you're buying a smaller pen. So it's not really a fair thing. In all honesty, there's not really anything I hate. I love the fact that you can unscrew the nib unit, not just for cleaning, but also if the piston starts to move a little bit less smoothly, you can just put some silicone grease and Q-tip, put it in, and just grease it up. That's a lovely, lovely way you can service your own pen.
He likes servicing his own pens.
Yes, I do. I love servicing my pen, and I like it. So I very much enjoy it.
Mm-hmm.
There's not really anything else I can say about it.
Yeah.
Would you buy it?
Absolutely. And there is an M600 white tortoise. So now that I have experienced the size of the M600, holy crap, do I ever want that pen. So if I ever come across it, I'm buying it. Listen. So yeah, I would buy it.
I would not buy it, and the reason for that is not the looks or the performance, because it's definitely a pen that performs. For me, it's just the size. Give me an M800, M1000 any day of the week. This, especially at the price, I would go for one size up, but that's personal preference, of course.
No, that makes sense.
Is it, or is it not, serious Nibbage?
Well, why don't we show what we think? Ta-da!
It is serious Nibbage. You're excessively happy about all this, aren't you?
Yeah, I really am, because I really think it is seriously serious Nibbage.
It is. It is very nice. It makes you look like that.
Well, oh wait.
That's hard, isn't it?
Yes. It's flipped. It really is serious Nibbage, and it's a wonderful pen, and I thoroughly enjoy using it.
That's very cool.
Yes.
Well, I nearly died. The question is that we have to you. If you have one,
Look, I did your thing. I didn't mean to though. Yes.
Etc. Do you think?
Do you have an M600? What color is it? And yes, sorry.
Do you
go
think
on.
it's serious news?
Let us know, because we do want to know. Because I am curious what other people think.
Also, if you have any requests for other pens you would like to see us do serious nibbage on, let us know.
Down below. Oh, I made a rhyme.
Let us know down below. You could probably
Sort
get
of.
arrested for that. In any case,
Uh,
I hope this was useful.
Yeah.
And
we'll see you later.
probably.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye. Sometimes I feel like an orangutan. Is it orangutan or orangutan?
We say
It's orangutan. There's no G at the end.
orangutan.
That really freaks me out.
Monkey?
Because what? They're orange, like orangutan, like tang, the juice. I mean, the juice drink.
Maybe it's supposed to be orange a 10.
You know you're recording this.
I do know.
Orangutan.
Orange 10.
Orangutan.
It's
An
orange 10.
orangutan.
It has an orange 10. Maybe it's like maybe it does spray on
think we
tanning, and that's why it's orange.
That is the most disturbing imagery. I need. Now we need mental bleach.
Should I just quit this?
Yeah.